Well, because it's such a beautifully warm day, I think I'm going to try leaving this cafe and going to the pool for a swim. And let's see how easy it is to do that on a bike. Now, I'm not really going to go for a swim. I forgot to bring my bathers on this particular day. But you'd think in a town as small as this one, where you can walk pretty much anywhere you like in a few minutes, it would be astonishingly easy to get to the new aquatic centre either on foot or on a bicycle, or given the age of the population down here, on some kind of electric gopher scooter thing. You know, those things old people use to get around on, gophers. But unfortunately it's not, as we're about to find out. The council has spent quite a lot of money building a nice new aquatic centre, but when it came to connectivity, particularly for active transport, I don't think they thought about it that well. There's two ways I could get to the bridge. First is, imagine I lived on the north side of the river and I decided to come across the bridge here, and you can't really see it, it's behind that brown sign down there, but that's where the aquatic centre is. Notice they're all aquatic centres these days and not swimming pools. Anyway, if I wanted to go and swim at the aquatic centre, then the obvious place to go would just be to ride down this path here. Well, let's see where that takes us. Now, this isn't the first time I've ridden down this path. I've been down here before, but not trying to get to the aquatic centre. And I know from bitter experience there's no point in going straight across at these lights, because the path just doesn't continue up the road there. It's as simple as that. So instead I'm going to have to take this kind of round the block route around the shopping centre instead of just the most direct route. And the reason why there's no path there is on the other side of the shopping centre on my right here, there's an entrance to the underground car park. And instead of building a footpath and giving priority to pedestrians to walk around there, they've given priority to drivers getting into the car park. And we'll see that on the way out in a couple of minutes. I'll actually do a little detour on the way out and show you how this works. So I've cut out a couple of minutes of sitting here at these lights, and let's take this slowly. So we cross over here, there's a ramp, and oh yeah, okay. I guess when they built the aquatic centre, they forgot about the paths and things for people to walk, because they've built these enormous car parks. And I bet the designers and the councillors who approved this thought, why would we need footpaths? Why would we need a bike path? Everyone's just going to drive to the pool, aren't they? That's why we've built this enormous car park. I mean, who in their right mind would want to walk or cycle to an area to do exercise? That's just crazy. I mean, look, you can see some rugby poles out the back there, the goals. I mean, who's going to walk or run to play rugby? I mean, that's bonkers. No one exercises on the way to do exercise. Now, here's my next gripe. Notice how there's no ramp to get up here to park your bike. Now, obviously, it's not a problem for me. I'm fit, I'm able-bodied, and my bike's not too heavy. I can lift that up. But what if you're one of the elderly people around here who's riding an e-bike or an e-trike? Now, they're probably relying on the electric motor to do most of the work, and they might actually not have the physical strength to do that. Now, I didn't ride up the ramp to get to the front door. There is, in fact, a nice ramp which takes you up to the front entrance, or maybe called the back entrance here. And that would have been a more suitable place to put bicycle parking. It'll be more secure because it'll be visible to the people staffing the desk. And it would just make sense in an area where there's a lot of pensioners who aren't that mobile. I mentioned in a video the other day that I saw someone who had hooked up the front part of an electric bicycle to their wheelchair, and they built themselves kind of I don't know if they'd built it for themselves or someone had built it for them, but they essentially had an electric tricycle. So if they wanted to go to the pool to, say, do some physio, and they wanted to park the electric part of their trike where the bike stuff is, how would they do that? How would they get up the ramp? Anyway, let's go have a look at this car park entrance here, and you can see this is why I didn't ride the other way. There's nice steep curbs here at either end, and obviously the car park entrance is much more important than people walking along here. So we'll just take, there's no way I'm riding on the road here. That's 2 lanes of reasonably fast moving traffic in each direction, and I don't think it's a sensible place to be riding. It's just not. But up ahead here, about another 100 metres, the nice shed path starts. So, it makes sense for me to just ride along the footpath, and obviously I've speeded this up because I wouldn't ride along here that quickly because someone might walk out of a shop and I'd clobber them. So yeah, anyway, that's getting to the pool from a couple of different directions. Obviously they've thought about how to build a whiz-bang swimming pool, there's no doubt about it. Well, I'll have to go in and check that out. But they certainly forgot about all the active transport links to get to and from the pool. The assumption that everyone's just going to drive to the pool, I think, is a very old-fashioned crackers one, and they need to rethink how to do it.